So today we have Starlight from the boys taking on Starfire from Titans. Who wins? Let's find out. So let's start off with strength. Well, while training, Starlight could do one-handed chin-ups easily and lift the back end of a car over and over again for reps. She could also hold up that car with just one hand with ease. She couldn't lift it off the ground, but she could lift the back end all the way up with one hand until it was leaning on its bumper, front bumper, pretty easily. She's punched holes into concrete, threw two men simultaneously, sent people flying with her punches easily, matched Black Noir, and she even kneed Stormfront hard enough to cause her to bleed. But Starfire easily overpowered people as well, sent a guy flying with a punch, and then snapped his neck with just one hand easily, didn't even struggle at all, punched through a wall accidentally, beat two cybernetic assassins simultaneously, left Beast Boy with just one hand, and then threw him with enough force to knock him and Dick Grayson out, easily snapped metal chains with her hands, and sent Deathstroke flying through a wall. I'd say they're fairly even here. Now, durability. Well, Corey withstood hits from these two cybernetic assassins and Deathstroke just fine. She got back up after being hit by a car door that sent her flying, was only momentarily knocked out after a downward punch from Donna Troy, as well as two or three point blank grenades that sent her flying through a large metal thing. But Annie endured being sent flying through a thick concrete wall, being thrown hard enough to greatly damage a concrete pillar, and having her head smashed by a concrete block hard enough for it to break, and was able to walk away from all of it. She got back up after Stormfront's lightning blast that sent her flying 50 feet, and she proved she's bulletproof as two shots from a high caliber Serbu BFG 50A couldn't pierce her chest, although they did send her flying back and probably left some nasty bruises. But this high of a caliber bullet can pierce an inch or more of steel plating, and they couldn't pierce through her skin. Pretty tough. I'd say Annie is better here, simply because she's proved to be bulletproof, and Corey hasn't. Yeah, Annie is more durable. And now moving on to speed. Well, Corey somewhat blocked a point blank grenade, evaded bullets, and even melted bullets after they had been fired. However, Annie was able to react to A-Train. Well, let me rephrase that. She was able to react to him a lot faster than any normal person could. She was nowhere near his speed, but she's faster than the finest human athlete, right? That's basically what I'm saying. So I'm just going to say that they're probably the same here. So physically, yeah, Annie just has a slight edge due to her better durability. And now let's move on to fighting skill. When it comes to these two, you don't usually think about fighting skill, but Corey has obviously received some sort of training on her home planet. She's shown this as she's easily taken out groups of men single handedly without even using her pyrokinesis. And although we haven't really seen Annie use her martial arts skill, she mentioned that she had did taekwondo classes as part of her training to be a part of the seven growing up. So she probably took several of them, maybe even became a master of it. Um, but now let's get to the really fun part. Corey's fire versus Annie's light. Well, Annie's light blasts have easily one-shotted and sent people flying, broke down a thick steel door, launched Black Noir hard enough to crack concrete, and even staggered Stormfront. She also claimed that she could burn the Deep's eyes out. And she can project a light bright enough to blind people. But Corey's fire has literally vaporized bullets, turned people, cybernetic assassin, and a Tamarin to ash, sent Slade flying, blast open a large steel door, and blasted straight through some farming equipment. Yeah, I'd say Corey's firepower, no pun intended, is greater and more destructive than Annie's light. So, who wins? Well, both of them have one true advantage over the other. Corey's fire is more powerful than Annie's light, but Annie has proven to be physically tougher than Corey. But if I'm being honest, the gap between their durability is smaller than the gap between their firepower. As of now, Starlight's blast haven't even killed a regular person before, while Starfire's has literally turned a cybernetic assassin and a Tamarin into ash. They were nothing but ash afterwards. If the fight happened in an environment that benefited both of them, like it took place during the day, and it was for Corey, and there was electricity around for Annie, then I believe Corey would eventually win after a good fight. Uh, I don't think one blast would take Annie out. She did take Stormfront's electrical blast very well, got right back up from it. But I think eventually Starfire would get the W. Uh, Starfire wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy. Leave a comment of what you think and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and other great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.